you, Mr. Speaker. Last year, an Ofsted report reveals severe shortcomings with the London Borough of Sutton's Special Education Needs Department. And I've since met with many parents, such as Hayley Harding, who has to resort to tribunals to get an appropriate educational, health and care plan for their children. A leaked internal report showed that the money is categorically not the issue, as Sutton has the highest per head spends on SEND in the whole of the UK, but it also has one of the highest levels of refusals for EHCP assessments. Can the Prime Minister assure me that Sutton Council will receive all possible assistance from the Government to help them resolve their lack of leadership and mismanagement identified in the Council's own report, so we don't let families down?
Well, my honourable friend has raised a very important issue, and it's vital that all children with special educational needs do receive the support that they need. I've been assured the Council will receive the right support. The DFE and NHS England have been working closely with the local authority to ensure the necessary changes to take place, and will continue to do so. But as my honourable friend has said, actually talked about funding, this year's Sutton's high needs funding has gone up. His allocation has been increased. I understand that Ofsted and the CQC will revisit Sutton to ensure the Council is improving its support for children with special educational needs, so that those children can indeed fulfil their potential.
Diana Johnson.
Last month, the Prime Minister wrote to the 7 Westminster political leaders and said that the victims of the contaminated blood scandal would have to wait years until the end of the inquiry for compensation to be paid. This is a political decision. Every 96 hours, a victim dies. I think the Prime Minister, in her legacy, whilst accepting that she's made the right choice in setting up the inquiry, the real legacy would be to pay compensation now, as happened in the Republic of Ireland in the 1990s, for those who've suffered for so much, for so long, at the hands of the state.
Prime Minister.
I say to the honourable lady, who has obviously campaigned long and hard on this issue and championed the needs of all those who were affected, it is important, obviously, that victims and their families, they've suffered so much, it's important they get the answers and justice they deserve, and they've been waiting decades for that. In April, as the honourable lady will know, the DHSC announced a major uplift in financial support available to beneficiaries of the Infected Blood Support Scheme in England, and there are now discussions underway between officials in the UK, Scottish, Welsh and Northern Ireland administrations to look at a matter of urgency, how we can provide greater parity of support across the UK.
Mr Kenneth Clark.
Mr Speaker, the Conservative Party has frequently won the trust of the public over recent generations